It's not swimmers, my man. They're lazy floaters. It's like those guys, those big fat guys that sit in the pool and just float, drinking beers. They're not athletes.
Not yet.
No.
I'm on the sauce and have been for a long time. I'm coming clean here for you guys. But in all reality, I've been on HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. When I left the military, I had a testosterone level of 190. There's a lot of reasons for that. Chronic adrenaline, having any sort of traumatic brain injury or any sort of wear and tear on your adrenal glands and your pituitary gland, your endocrine system. So my endocrine system was shot, and a friend of mine told me, those of you guys know, where's my book? Those of you guys, have you read this? You know a little bit about the story. I kind of leaked it there first. I did not. I didn't really tell anybody other than in the book, but I've never brought it up on YouTube. I've never told anyone that I've been on HRT, and there's a lot of myths out there that it's like bad for you, or it's going to cause prostate cancer, or you're going to have a heart attack, and that's 100% all bullshit. And I've been working with a doctor in Kansas City for a long time now. Before this happened, when I got out, I was depressed, and I wasn't recovering in the gym, and wasn't sleeping well, and he was talking to me, and he goes, "Man, it sounds like you have signs of low T." And he was in his 40s, and he was on Dr. B's HRT program as well. And so I went and met with the doctor. I told him everything. He's like, "Absolutely, let's do a blood test. Let's check it out. It sounds like you have low T. You're a veteran of special operations. Pretty common with you guys." So he put me on the program, and almost immediately I started sleeping better at night. My training was better. I was able to actually recover and train appropriately for me. And everything, just overall life, mood, everything just improved. Also sex. Let's be real. If you're low T, you're not going to want to have sex. And when you get on HRT, it's like you are 16, 17 years old again. But with that being on that program for health-wise and brain-wise, it suppresses your natural sperm production. So if you want to have a baby, keep that in mind. Unfortunately for me, fortunately for me, I was able to have the shot again. But because of my vasectomy in 2007, the only way for me to do this was to do a sperm aspiration, and that's what the surgery was about that I had. Here we go.
See you in a minute.
I'm about to get high.
They're gonna knock you out, take you back.
So this is what they're going to do. They're going to make a sizable incision in my scrotum. They're going to take my nut and make multiple incisions in there and take my sperm out.
How many compliments have you gotten on your pink scrunchies?
Every single nurse in this building loves my pink scrunchie. Is it pink? I have no idea.
Hot pink.
Is it? Perfect.
Are you excited?
Sure.
You want me to go get you some frozen peas?
Yeah, afterwards.
Okay. You like those socks?
All set?
All set.
All right, here. We're going to do this again.
Hold that blue thing.
Yes.
I'm going back to the way. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
So did you think you would ever be doing this again?
No. And that's a good lesson. Never say never. Because what the fuck? No. Definitely not.
What year did you cut the pipes?
2007.
So 12 years ago?
12 years ago. Now I'm knocking on the door of 40. And we're... Am I a fucking retard? We'll do it all over again. All because of you, babe.
Is it though?
All for you.
Is it though? Mr. Just want another little girl.
You need to prepare yourself. That's exactly what it's going to be.
That's all you wanted. Little
It's gonna be a girl.
snuggly little girl. As soon as your girl stopped snuggling you, you wanted more.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Hi.
Hi.
Dr. Prowl with anesthesia. You lose the poll, my.
I don't like it.
Hi.
You're all.
How do you feel?
I feel like I kicked in the balls.
Really hard?
Yeah, really hard.
Does it hurt in your stomach?
Yeah.
I'll take this one.
Recording. So they said, did you tell them?
I didn't tell anybody.
They said it was successful and they got how much? Hundreds of thousands?
Yes.
Hundreds of thousands, so it was good. Right now I just feel like I kicked in the nuts. So my balls don't hurt, my stomach hurts. You guys know the deal.
You got a full sugar Coke.
Everybody loves my scrunchie though.
You still talking about that scrunchie, huh?
Did they take it?
No, it's in your hair.
Good. Fucking bitches be trifling.
They're taking your scrunchies.
So what they did was they kind of go into your scrotum and then they aspirate the epididymis. Epididymis. And then they make incisions in there and they draw it out. And I had 1.5 million healthy sperm. So my portion of this baby making process is over, and now I'm back on the HRT train, which I'm super excited about because initially coming off is very, very difficult. You kind of go down low, which is maybe why you guys haven't seen as much consistency on YouTube and why you haven't seen much physical fitness on YouTube. And I kind of leaked some things on Instagram about what my training regimen was because I was really focusing on mobility and calisthenics. But even then, I would do a calisthenics workout and I would push-ups and squats and things like that, and I would literally be sore for 3 weeks. I mean, just absolutely zero recovery. So I had to eat a big scoop of humble pie and just had to take a step back from doing all that kind of stuff, which unfortunately made me feel kind of like a hypocrite. And I didn't want to share that process with you guys yet because we didn't know what the outcome was going to be. And I felt like if I shared that information and then it just wasn't successful, then what's really the point? And it was been kind of a sad story. And I don't like sharing sad stories with you. So it was successful, and now the ball is in Miss Capper's court for her to start her process. And then this series is really going to be about my return to superhuman status. So I don't think I've ever talked about this on YouTube before, but I've been on HRT for 6 years and I've been off for 8 months. So you guys, I'm gonna start sharing my HRT process and what I do to stay healthy, which has not been going on the past 8 months, and this is the first time I'm starting back. So I have all my meds here, and this is all basically comes from my doctor and my pharmacy. It's all prescribed. I can travel with it. It's all super legit, and it's a actual panel. It's not these guys that go out there and get testosterone off the market, or they get it from the VA and they take just testosterone, but they don't take the whole suite. You can kind of mess yourself up and you can have some adverse reactions possibly. So this is test C, and I do 300 milligrams a week. When I first started, I was just doing one shot a week, but now I do 2 because I learned about the half life of testosterone and the way it peaks. So to keep it more consistent, and it's fine if you're just starting out, you know, 1 shot a week just to kind of figure out yourself. But over the 6 years of me doing it, working with the doctor, we just recommended going to trying to keep those levels a little more consistent, which worked really well for me. And I'm really excited because I'm going to feel so much better, and recovery is going to be so much better. I'll be able to get back in the gym and just start crushing it. My mobile pharmacy here. So one of the things I do just to make it, when you're sticking yourself all the time, I don't know, if you don't have a problem with needles, even if you don't have a problem with needles, eventually you're gonna get tired of getting sticked just every day of your life. So what I like to do is I draw up with like a 16, and then I switch it to a 23, and it just makes it a little bit more comfortable. I know you might say like, oh, you know, you're a pussy or whatever, you know, just say that, but then, you know, take shots for 6 years and see how you feel. There's my shot. That's my test C. Put that back in here. So those will be like Sunday morning and then Wednesday night, and that's how I rotate through the week. And then I've got once a week I do my B12, just vitamin B12, my superhuman serum. Here I've got my anastrozole, basically your anti-estrogen blocker, and I take that 3 times a week. I have, this is DHPG, so there's my DHPG pills. This is spironolactone, it helps with oral production because you're taking test. Chrysin, that kind of goes with the DHPG. And then I've got Armour Thyroid, which I found out was, so I take the Armour Thyroid. I found out that when I was in my brain clinic that you guys read about in the book, I found out that I had pre-Hashimoto's, which I thought was related to something that happened in the military and brain injury or whatnot. But actually, it was genetic. And on my Greek side, the whole family has it, and I didn't know that. And so now I know. So I take that to prevent from escalating to a worser state. Is that worser?
More worse.
More worse state. Yeah. And then lastly, I got is it called Pregnol? It's HCG, which is human glucosamine hormone, which basically helps prevent testicular atrophy. So when you take testosterone, your natural test production goes down, which is why I had to come off for 8 months so that I could naturally produce sperm again, so that we could do the process that we're doing. Right?
Ding ding ding.
Yeah. All right, that's it. I'm gonna take this shot now, and then we'll go from there. All right, I'll let you do the rest.
You excited, babe?
I'm excited. Guys, my ass is out. Little twitch there. And I think we're good, right?
Nope.
No, not good. Just holding.
It's pretty thick. That's it.
That's it.
You're good.
That's 150 milligrams. And in 3 days, I'll take another 150 milligrams. But for you guys out there, I really want to know, I want to be open about this, and I want to share and educate others about this process, how I'm doing it, how much I'm doing, and what I'm doing for myself. Again, it's all prescribed by a doctor. It's a program that's built specifically for me and my blood levels. So, you know, everyone's going to be different, but maybe you're an individual out there that needs it. And you just don't know how, or there's stigmas attached to it that, you know, you feel like whatever, steroids are bad. And yes, can they be? Sure, you can take, you know, anything of too much is a bad thing. You know, too much alcohol is a bad thing. Too much cocaine is a bad thing. Well, I think cocaine is just bad.
They use it for like nose transplants and stuff.
Do they really?
It has like one of the only drugs that has a medical use.
Well, see, there you go. There's like a good use for almost anything, but anything of too much is a bad thing. But if you do it appropriately, then it can be a very, very good thing for your health. I would never suggest doing it unless you have a severe medical case. I would never suggest anyone doing it under 30. That's just my personal opinion. Just because your natural testosterone is already up there unless for some reason you have an issue. Also, if you don't have kids and you want kids, you have to go through this whole roller coaster of coming off of it so that you can have a kid, and that is kind of a kick in the nuts unto itself. So, with that said, I would love to hear you guys' questions and comments, but we are starting all over again. We're starting from scratch. I'm 37 years old and I'm starting at the bottom, and it is going to be a very difficult and hard and honestly very fun ride to get back to where I am supposed to be. And so I'm going to be sharing my med levels, my doctor's appointments, my workouts, my eating regime, and everything that I'm going to be doing with you guys. And I'm looking forward to being more open about this, part of my life, and sharing the journey with you guys. And now it's time to see over the past 8 months how fat I've gotten and how much muscle I've lost. So off to the gym. What are you doing?
I was in the back cleaning.
Oh, okay. Look like you had earphones while you were working
I mean,
out.
I was multitasking with my mother.
How much would it cost me to do an in-body test and figure out how fat I've gotten over the past 8 months?
For you, free.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Do you want the fancy paper or do you?
Yeah, I gotta have the fancy paper.
Okay. You want a wipe?
No, I don't care. Well, no, they said that makes it more accurate.
Yeah.
Here, come closer. It's nice to have your own in-body test, but I've already eaten. It's not first thing in the morning, so I kind of wanted this to be like the word. I'm justifying how bad it's gonna be because I kind of want it to be like the worst possible, so that now that I'm back on track and I've taken my shots, I'm gonna get the training over the next 3 weeks, or start ramping back up. Every month I can check and see making the progress, and my focus really is going to be muscle mass, not so much fat loss. I think that's going to naturally happen with getting back on my HRT and everything, but the focus is really going to be like let's build the foundation back up and let's put muscle mass back on. Okay, Rebecca, let's do it.
There's a wheelie chair if you want it. Just gotta watch you don't slide off.
No, I'm good. We need to get our stand-up desk.
Yeah, falling to time.
I do my feet or do the things?
No, you do your feet.
Do my feet. Okay.
It's like sometimes you gotta like, it's like a balancing act.
Measuring your weight.
Uh-oh.
Do not grab the handles or move.
Move your right foot like squared out. Yeah.
Weight measurement is completed.
218.4.
I could blur out.
Place your heels on the rear sole electrodes. Grab the handles. Place your thumbs on the oval electrodes. Keep your arms straight. Your arms must not touch the sides of your body. Starting your in-body test.
Oh shit. Oh man. Bad.
The test is completed.
Oh man. Oh. All right. So I know what it says on there, but I'm curious to see what my last one was. look at those numbers. Actually, it's not that bad. I did go up quite a bit on my body fat percentage, so I'm at 22.6.
That's not horrible.
That's bad. I need to be at 12 to 10 for health purposes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's high.
Yes.
And then as far as skeletal muscle mass, when I was on everything back in the day, I was at 101, and I've gone down to 96.3. So not horrible, but definitely body composition is like upside down. So now we rebuild. This is going to come some other changes, which I'm going to be able to produce more content. And I got so much to share. I have so much to share. I'm so excited to share it all with you. But it can't all be in one video. I'm going to have to make multiple videos to share it. And yeah, guys, you guys know the deal. Never quit, never surrender, always forward. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then drop me a comment below of what your questions are, and I'll get to you. Love you. See you in the next video.